New York and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
So I would like to open up the phone lines because I will leave it up to y'all. I have my position.
Oh, this is interesting.
Oh.
But I'm sure, based on my conversation with Casanova, he even asked me to help out or have a convo here. Yes, Laura Styles.
Can we do a Twitter poll?
Well, of course.
Also, can we involve like the online audience?
The only benefit of this conversation is the fact that it will be viewed, shared, etc., etc. That is the only benefit in my life to this.
So you want to start with the conversation the other day?
So on Instagram, I see, or Cass One even put it out. Did you see the picture of Rosenberg and Tekashi 6ix9ine? I looked at it as you like leaning over a thing and him looking back, and you guys are exchanging pleasantries or hey, what's ups, whatever, at a celebrity thing at around the ESPYs.
That's
yes?
right. Yes, in Los Angeles.
And so I was like, oh, cool, dope. I think we mentioned it on the radio. I'm not sure if we mentioned it on the radio, Cass. Do you remember?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Maybe.
Just said like,
oh,
yeah.
Did you see Rosenberg and Takashi? Oh, I did. And I was like, yo, I wonder if Rosenberg smacked the ish out of him. I bet Rosenberg could take Takashi. And then Laura Styles and Cass was like, no, we don't want that. Why you doing that? Why you doing that?
He tried to start a fight.
You're like, nope.
Without you guys here.
But I mean, Tekashi talks crazy on his Instagram, so he about that life, flagging, you know what I mean, gun talk, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought that would be the energy.
So I hit Ebro up over text, and I said, yo, I think we should have Tekashi on the show.
Okay.
And Ebro, of course, I mean, as Laura pointed out, why do you ever text Ebro anything you care about? He's just going to end up seeming, his tone on text is terrible.
But you guys
I'm
assume.
a very big advocate of you have to talk to
you
people.
have to call him.
You guys
Especially
assume. You assume.
Well, what'd he say?
So he's like, what does that do for us?
No,
Why?
that is not what happened.
His music's still
That is
doo-doo.
not what happened. You said, I'm reading.
Okay, that's fair.
I
here we
will
go.
read it.
Okay, go ahead.
We should build an interview with Tekashi. You said, from a wrestling standpoint, great story. Because you're the heel, the conflict.
And he's the ultimate heel. That is who Tekashi plays, yes.
And I think it will go well. He would listen to you.
I
said, what's the benefit? His music still doo-doo.
Yes.
You said to you, to us, but he's legit at this point. So what? We don't like it. We don't have to play with him if we don't like it. We don't have to play it if we don't like it. But he's still a big New York artist, so he can. So if he could be not an a-hole, why not have a relationship? I said, is he asking to come up? He didn't ask. He just seems hurt by it.
Yes.
But in the moment, he seems reasonable.
Yes.
I said, let him man up and ask. Why you trying to play big man to a child? Just teach him. I said, who's playing? He's tough, right? Guns and gangs and ish. N-word using Mexican kid with the ish. He had a chance to come see us early and curved us. We don't even really know what happened there.
That's what I said.
Right. Rosenberg says, we don't even really know what happened there. I said he thought he could boss up and come to Summer Jam too. And then, then you go, well, still, I like this story. You can say all this, but I think it's worth it to talk about it.
That's basically the short of it, right? Was Ebro saying those things.
Then you said, you're being a baby.
Yes. And then Ebro got mad.
I said, baby.
Oh, now you
wow.
called him names?
Name calling?
It was the weakest. I couldn't believe you said that was name calling.
I said name calling. You see him at a basketball game, and now you want to call me names? Wow, okay. I said, bring this up tomorrow. We'll discuss it live.
So there we go. And that takes us to where we are right now. So when I saw Tekashi the other day, I went up to him. He was doing his obligatory Tekashi walkthrough where he shows up at an event, does a lap so everyone sees him, and then leaves. Although I realized afterwards, I think it was to see Floyd Mayweather because he met Floyd, another classic heel. I stopped him. He right away recognized me, came over to me, stopped me.
Oh, he knows who you are, even before he came on the show. That's good. He's paying attention. He's doing his homework.
So he stopped the mob of 80 people behind him, and we had a kind of a conversation while there was all this traffic around. But he clearly wanted to have a conversation. And he was like, what's up, man? Why don't y'all mess with me? Like, why do you guys not like me, more or less? Mm-hmm. And I was like, listen, man, I don't think it's a matter of not liking you. I said, Ebro's been in this game a long time. And I said, I think he feels that, the violent stuff is dangerous. It concerns him. It's more of that. It's not about him disliking you.
And on multiple occasions on this radio, I've said, quote, I hear he's a nice kid.
And that is very clear right away when you talk to him that he is a nice kid. And my point is, he clearly seemed distraught. Not in a way, it's a little bit like he's a kid. And he's not like, he wasn't
and
trying to...
when you say kid, you mean 19, 20.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to tough guy it when he saw me. He was more like, why? And we didn't have time for me to go into all the details. I was just like, man, I think we should have a conversation.
So how did it end?
Sort of like that. It was love.
And what did he say?
It ended as love.
And in your mind,
I didn't invite him up. I just said, let me talk to Ebro.
And the reason
we should fix this.
The reason I want y'all to call listening, 800-223-9797. Do you want me to talk to Tekashi 6ix9ine? And what is the end result you guys would like me to have in this combo? What's the point?
Well, no. I would like to say that as the New York radio station, the hip hop station of record in this city, we can no longer deny or say simply because we don't like his music that he is not important, because he is.
Did we ever say that?
Well, if he is, though, then to me it's worth a conversation whether you disagree with him or not. And you should tell him to his face what you don't like.
I don't like, and I've said it a million times, I don't like all the flagging and gun talk.
Well, we can say that
because
to him.
I don't feel like you're really from that. I don't like the fact that you're a Mexican kid using the N-word, and I haven't even gone on that tirade because I realize that people like him. I also haven't unpacked who's financing behind the scenes his whole thing that made him popular, because I understand he's a New York artist and people like him. And we've supported his music here at Hot 97.
Other DJs have, yes.
None of his records have gotten big enough to be on the morning show. There's tons of rap artists who have better music than him that we don't play because they're just young new artists.
Okay, well, let me just make this final argument.
So what's the point? What would come of this convo other than me looking at him and his colleagues, right, who they run around flagging and propagating all this BS, right, unchecked? Because most people, oh, he's popping, though, but he's popping. I want him to come to my club because he's popping. He's popping. And it's just flags upon flags upon flags.
First of all, I'm not aware. Is that still what his brand is predominantly? Is flagging? Is that?
That's what I know it as.
Because that's not what I particularly see. So maybe it is and I'm ignorant to it. But even if that is the case, my thought is that you being an OG, which you are, should have a conversation with him face to face and tell him that. And frankly, from an entertainment standpoint, I think the audience would enjoy it. I think it would be a moment that people would pay attention to. And that's all I'm here for every day. Create moments that people pay attention to.
Yeah, but people are going to pay attention to this moment. Just like with the Kanye thing. I didn't need to have Kanye on the show. I didn't need to have a sit down with Kanye to get people to pay attention to a conversation.
But Tekashi could use your help more than Kanye can. Kanye is a grown-ass man.
I tried to help Tekashi behind the scenes.
Did he see it that way? Was he aware
I don't know
of that?
what he saw.
Was he able to know that?
The people I spoke to were speaking to him on his behalf, and they wanted to have him on Summer Jam, and he wasn't moving right.
So to make a long story short, what if he reached out to you and was like, yo, I'm trying to come up there and have a conversation
I'd
with
be
you?
like, come on up.
But you're not going to go asking him for it.
Absolutely not.
Which to me is why I called it a bit of a D contest. Like you're kind of being like, Lord, you just see what I'm saying?
Well,
no,
yeah,
he's more popping than me. You got millions of followers. You're getting the likes. You got a record coming out with Nicki Minaj. You don't need me, bro.
Laura, what's your take?
Well,
you don't need me, bro.
In all fairness, we already asked them to come up, and they decided not to.
A long time ago.
I mean,
early before
Yeah.
it was at this level.
Yeah, before it was at this level. But
And let me say this. There's tons of artists come up here who are a part of gangs and a part of that gang lifestyle, and we have that conversation with them.
Yes, and
because
there
they
artists
were
who
born,
represent BS who come up here too.
and they were a part of that, right? And we have them up here because I feel like, yo, let's have the conversation. But based on his behavior and the way that I've seen other people try to have conversation with him, I don't think it'll go that well. Because I'm not going to tolerate.
I don't think he sees us the way he sees other places. I think he'd have a more respectful conversation. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. He could have been faking it for me when I saw him. But to me, I didn't get disrespect from him.
Or when the cameras are off, he's a nice kid. And when the cameras are on, he want to try to put on a show. Because he knows it's going to get likes and clicks, which is a lot of these people. A lot of these people, when the cameras come on, they act completely different because they want to be controversial because it puts money in their pocket, which is why I don't want to be controversial around things that are actually causing people to lose their lives.
Well, I get why you wouldn't want to be a part of someone's show, especially if there's negative repercussions because of that show. But I just feel that given the position we have and that the stature you have, we could have a conversation that's impactful.
Let's go to Jason, who's got the phone in his girlfriend's name. Hey, Jason.
He's a funny guy. I love it, though. Yo, Ebro, now I'm saying Hot 97 has been a station that has had New York City history, bro. As much as an idiot as he may be, you know, with all the gangbanging and gun talk and all that other good stuff, the one thing you can do as an OG of this New York City hip-hop, brother, you can spit some game to him. Whether he listens or he doesn't listen, that's not the point. You know, but you can offer that wisdom to him, brother.
I appreciate that. You know, the last time this happened, what was the little girl's name that you ended up sitting down with?
Bahabi. Bad Baby, yes.
Her team had asked her to come up, too. And at the time, I was like, I'm not sitting down.
And I agreed at the time.
I'm not sitting down with this little girl so she could be like, yo, cash me outside and start talking.
And by the way,
crazy.
I agreed with you at the time.
I'm not doing that.
But then after
man.
a couple of records, I was like, all right, I'm kind of interested.
Man, nah, bro.
But also, there is a certain part of you, let's just admit it right now.
I don't like being talked too crazy by people that I don't really have that much respect for. But I don't really like nobody talking crazy to me. But if you're going to come sit down here and you're going to try to roll in here with 20 goons and boss up, it's going to put me in a bad space.
But why do you like...
Because I know he's going to show up with 30 dudes. I already know.
They can't. We'll say no.
I already know. And then that's going to be a little thing. And then I'm going to be put in a bad space. I'm going to be like, oh, this where it's
you're letting your
oh,
ego...
this where it's at. Oh, that's what you...
Okay,
that's
calm down.
You know, maybe it's because you're big. Because I'm small... I think it's because you're big. Because I'm small, I don't feel the huff and puff need. You can't bring more than 3 people. Come and have a conversation.
Omari from Queens.
Good morning.
What's going on, Omari? Should I have Tekashi 6ix9ine on the program?
I think that you should have a one-on-one conversation before you even let him on the program, just to gauge where his mind is at and give him guidelines on how you feel about things to see if he's even worthy of being up on the show. But on top of that, I mean, like the stuff he's portraying, but as the other dude said, you as an OG, and as Rosenberg said, you as an OG, maybe you could give him some toolage on how he could change his character and how he's putting things out in order to be a profitable thing in the game.
Thank you for your call.
If you're keeping score at home, that's 2 for 2 with cats who agree with me.
No, I think, and I honestly think,
Shawnee, you look like you want to say something.
No,
I honestly think most people are going to agree with
thing.
you. I think most people are going to agree with you.
And Ebro agreed too. And he didn't say that if their camp reached out that he wouldn't sit down and talk with them.
Hey, Donnell.
He's just not going to reach out himself.
Donnell.
Yeah.
How can we help you from Staten Island today?
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, listen, you have to sit down with 6ix9ine.
I have to.
You have to.
So
It's mandatory.
Why is it mandatory?
It's mandatory
Why?
that you sit down. It's mandatory because 6ix9ine is booming right now. He has everything going on right now. If you sit down, have you ever listened to Gotti?
Gotti, his song.
Yeah, you've heard the
That's
song.
number one. Yeah, his song
Yeah.
Gotti.
I've heard it.
Pay attention to the message. Yes. 6ix9ine is homie. That's his situation. Know what I mean? Everybody does their every situation. Game, Lil Wayne, know what I mean? Snoop, everybody. He's a grown man. He's a little kid. Whatever's whatever. At the end of the day,
Which one is it?
Right. I don't, you
Like,
know, and
money's
Donnell, I appreciate
No,
your
listen,
phone
you
call.
had grown man moves. Listen,
I have to calm
kids
down.
making grown man moves. Look at that, Barbie. Look at all these. Look like the little baby, whatever the fat little girl was or whatever her name is. Everybody makes their money moves. Grown man situation. Kids can make money moves. In
It's
grown
not
man
about his
situations.
money.
Don't
It's
slap
not
your
about his
backing.
money. But Donnell, I'm not swayed to do an interview based on somebody's ability to make money or popularity. That's just not how we have constructed this program.
Well, listen, but Ebro, we don't need him, and he doesn't need us. I think
Which
we all
is
know
why
that.
I say,
but I think it's
if
good.
it's important to him, and he would like to come have a convo,
But see, that's
then
the part.
come
I
have a
don't.
convo.
But Ebro, that's the part I'm trying to tell you. I don't care if it's important to him. I don't care if it's important to us. I think it's important, period, for New York, for hip hop, because no matter what we say, those highlights of him overseas with 5,000 people jumping up and down are real, and he's representing the city, whether you like it or not. And now he's have the record with Nicki Minaj. I think it's something we have to just see what happens.
He is a person that represents the city, and he is popular.
Those are facts.
According to the polls, Ebro, 59% of the people say yes.
Oh, it's still close, though. It's not a blowout. I mean, it's close.
Let's go to Rob in Long Island. Should we have, or should I have, or whatever we're doing right now, Tekashi 6ix9ine on the program for a conversation?
Nah. You definitely should have him on the radio station.
Why?
Nah.
Why, man?
He's
Rob?
gonna be around probably for a few more months, and that's about it. But other than that, he's gonna be around. He ain't no Beyonce or Jay-Z.
He's no beyond. Well, that's a tough standard you have.
Well,
there,
I
Rob.
mean, yeah, the bar's high. I understand.
Very
I
tough.
understand. Look, and
I don't even have him rated up there with Little Bow Wow.
Look, Rob, thanks for your phone call. I think that's another part of me that, look, everybody was entertained when I go at artists. I'm like, yo, I don't like your music, and it's entertaining, right? But I think another part of me doesn't enjoy having to be the guy, right, who is like, your music's not good. It is not. I don't enjoy that, especially when everybody likes your music, or a lot of people like your music. For me to sit down and act like you're up here because you're popular, but I disagree with everything else, just doesn't feel good to me or off bat. Even if him and I didn't have a relationship already, right? Like, or whatever our relationship would have been. Let's say there was no interaction on social media or anything. It doesn't feel great to be like, yeah, nah.
But maybe you don't have to always go that route. Like, I feel that sometimes, in my opinion, you can be very heavy-handed with your opinion on the music. As I've been getting older, I've been trying to realize some of these artists aren't about me. It's just about what the kid. Bro, we're old out here, man. That's why we're here to be a voice.
Yo, you know I don't listen to the kid. I'm not that dude.
I'm not
not
saying
the dude's like,
pretend.
yo, listen to the kids. Yo, fam, you're 19, you're 20. Your opinion in 4 years is gonna be different of everything that you love and like right now. And in 4 years from that, it's gonna be different.
I
and
agree.
then it's gonna change. Me at 43 years old, an 18-year-old ain't telling me.
Agreed.
You're telling me what's hot to you.
Right.
I'm looking at things that are consistent over a long period of time that matter. And the thing that's important to me is quality control.
Agreed. I agree with all those factors, but occasionally.
And also balance. Balance.
There are special circumstances, though, sometimes.
I just think people want clicks. Ashley in Long Island.
Love clicks.
Hey guys, good morning.
Ashley Thrash.
So, absolutely not.
Oof.
Absolutely not.
Tell me why,
Absolutely
Ashley.
not.
Why?
You reached out. He declined. He curved you. Don't have him up. You gave him his chance. He didn't want to come. He's too big. He's bad. He don't want to do high 97. Fuck it. Like,
Okay.
can I curse? Sorry.
Can you?
Don't have him on. He had his chance. That's it.
Yeah.
You too popping to be on high 97. The biggest show, the biggest morning club in the city. It's a wrap. That's it. It's over. You had your time. You had your time to shine, to say whatever you felt like you needed to say.
And
If
that's
you wanted
that.
to come up there with 30 people, you had your time for that. That's
Well,
it. He
actually,
reached
no.
out.
Actually, no. What happened?
He thinks we're going to be
Okay,
running
Ashley.
after him.
Hang on, Ashley,
Ashley,
calm down,
Ashley,
Ashley, hang on.
Ashley.
Ashley, hold on.
Ashley.
Hold on.
Ashley's
Somebody hold
coming in.
Ashley back. Actually, what happened was we asked him to come up, and I saw an interview that he did with Drewski up here. And I noticed in the interview that on our microphones, when he sat down with Drewski, he hung his little red flag from the microphone. So when we reached out, I was like, yo, I'd love to have him up, but let him know that we don't do that. I don't do that. You're not hanging gang
And that's reasonable.
stuff from our equipment as you talk to me. I'm not.
But we don't know that's why he canceled.
I don't, but I'm just
We
saying
don't.
that was the convo.
Yes, but we don't know that he then said that they told you,
No, I know what the reason I got was.
and it wasn't that.
No, it was the GED thing. Like, he has to study for his GED.
Oh, they said he had to study for his GED. Good for Ebro. That's a great reason.
Yo, applaud that, man. Applaud that. Applaud that. Yo, Tekashi, man, let's work this out, man.
Ebro in the morning with Laura Styles and Rosenberg.